Good morning, g'day guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here for your Friday look at the markets. As we head into this Friday morning, we have non-farm payroll. It's a Friday, so end of the week, which I'm looking forward to. Ready for the weekend. Let's move on over to the calendar. And here we are. As I just previously said, we do have non-farm payroll. So 8:30 a.m. is our non-farm employment change. So we can expect, generally speaking, high volatility. The last non-farm payroll was actually a bit of a dud, but generally speaking, we do see quite a large expansion in the market in one direction or the other. So with that said, any analysis we do today will just be for educational purposes only, because non-farm payroll will likely destroy any or all analysis that we do here this morning. So we'll just run through and have a look at the charts purely for educational purposes. And please remember, guys, to sub to the channel. Give the video a like, feel free to drop a comment and turn on the notification icon. All right, let's go over to the charts. There is still time to grab an eval if you want to one shot, one kill with non-farm payroll. In other words, taking advantage of the volatility to pass an eval instantly. I have one 250k eval that I will be attempting to pass today. That's all I'm interested in doing at the moment. But if you are keen to have a crack at doing that, keeping in mind that there's no guarantee you'll pass, make sure you use code Jimmy. Head over to My Funded Futures or Apex and grab yourself some evals and have a crack. All right. Let's see what we have here. So yesterday we were remaining bullish, working with the trend, being the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. But we did say that, you know, what we wanted to see was a change in the state of delivery on the hourly for us to then start to look for bearish price action. So we did actually see a sell-off, leaving a bullish FEG open here. We then have price running into that bullish FEG today. So we are working from a higher time frame point of interest. So our point of interest here is a bullish point of interest, the bullish FEG. Therefore, we would look for price to reach for external. So let's drop to the hourly and see what the hourly tells us. So what do we have on the hourly? We see a bearish change in the state of delivery. That's identified here by this displacement leg as it closes through these opposing candles here. We have the displacement and the move lower. Price is currently respecting this change in the state of delivery. So from a hourly perspective, a market structure perspective, we are seeing price starting to roll over here. We would have high resistance liquidity on our side of price. And then we have all this low resistance liquidity on the other side of price. We can then run our standard deviations from the high to the low of the leg that took liquidity. And these are our potential targets. Our initial target region being the -2 to -2.5. If price can get through that and get a close, then we can look for price to extend to the -4. So from a market structure perspective, with our narrative and logic here, we would actually be looking for shorts. But again, it is non-farm payroll and anything is possible. So with our bias on the daily being bullish, our narrative and logic being bearish, that's a time to be patient. We don't want to be looking to enter the market until a time where our daily and our narrative and logic are aligned. We also don't want to look for a position today until after news has dropped and settled down a little bit. You can also just have an early weekend. All right, let's have a look at ES. I imagine ES will tell a similar story. Working with the same concept, looking from internal being our bullish FEG, our external, we would look to see price run higher. So bullish on the day for ES. And dropping down to the hourly, we have a similar idea to NQ with our change in the state of delivery. Here we have this move through with displacement. Also looking at this as a bearish hourly unicorn. We have our high and our low. It can be the same candle. So the same candle can be the high and the low. Higher high, lower low. FEG aligned. And we have low resistance liquidity. On the other side of price, if we run our standard deviations from the high to the low, here is our initial target. And that's aligned here with this low as well. So this low stands out as well as these lows here. They stand out. So if price is able to respect this change in the state of delivery, as in it comes up, test, so we test this level and we continue lower, then this concept or this idea is in play. If not, we'll see price move through, disrespect this change in the state of delivery, and continue higher back to new all-time highs. Moving over to oil on the daily. Price was a little bit undecided yesterday in how it wanted to move. We see, almost equal wicks to the high and the low. Bearish closure. We have been targeting lower prices, so we are heading towards our target, which is this low here. So I will be remaining bearish on oil until we hit this low and then look to reevaluate. At that point in time, if we drop to the hourly, this being the low, and look, we're not that far away. We look for a reversal. This would be our pattern to look for. Again, changing the state of delivery to confirm that we are then moving to bullish market structure. But currently sticking with the bearish momentum here. Price has attempted to move higher. We got a nice reaction off of this bearish FEG and we've continued to move lower. Now once we do get a reversal, we do see nice low resistance liquidity through here. So this level will likely or could likely be hit before New York Open. So if it does, then we'll reevaluate. And I always reevaluate where price is at before open. Having a look at Euro futures. So the daily, we did have a bearish bias. We did get that wrong here. Yesterday, prices actually pushed higher. So are we going to sweep this high? Potentially reach these highs. We're looking for price to respect 50% level of the previous day's range. If price is able to do that, then we can anticipate price to move higher. So we'll look for bullish price action. Not to say we won't move lower at open, but to do something like this, if we continue through this level, then we'll likely see price look for these lows here. RTY. Still finding support within this bullish FEG. We had an inside bar yesterday, so that meaning that this candle didn't reach either side of the previous day's range. So it stayed within the previous day's range. We see today has swept the low. So I'll be looking for price to run higher here. Moving over to gold. So gold has been chopping around a little bit. We have been working on the idea of price moving from internal to external. So we have seen these lows here swept with a strong reaction. And if we keep this candle, inside of this range of Thursday's candle, if the candle is able to stay inside the range, then we will likely see price continue move up back into and testing this area again. So I'm going to look for price to be bullish today on account of the move here with the sweep. Still got our drawings here from yesterday on Dixie. Dixie moving lower, and we're going to continue to look for price to move lower and seek out this external liquidity here. Having a quick look at GU. Here we go. So we've got our move with GU. We've reached up into this internal level. That's what we were chasing. So we can now reassess our position on bullish bias. We're going to want to see if price respects this level here, this opposing candle. And it looks like it has done at this point in time. We've come down, so we may see price continue higher here. To move our bias bearish out of this bearish FEG, then we're going to want to look at the hourly and see if we've had a change in the state of delivery. We have not yet had a change in the state of delivery. When we do though, if we do have lots of low resistance liquidity for price to seek out. So I will remain patient here, not flipping bearish straight away until we see some signs here that we might move bearish. We can see here though, we did get a candle closure inside of the 2 o'clock candle here. So the 3 o'clock candle closed back inside the range, the 2 o'clock. However, the 5 o'clock candle here is looking rather strong with a bullish or a buyer's wick here out of this bullish FEG. So just going to remain patient here until we see a change in the state of delivery. Okay, I might just do one thing, have a quick look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin did have a bit of a sell-off here, which wasn't surprising. So many investors were waiting for price to reach the 100K mark, which is, down here. So once it did so, there'd be a lot of people who took their profits at that point in time. So that's why we saw this large sell-off here. And we did see a very strong buyer's wick. And if we look at our standard deviation, price moved through our -2, 2.5, reached our -4. I would look at this as bias complete, especially with such a strong reaction. And then we see price has been bought back up a little bit by a little bit today. So, currently sitting at 98,000. And I'm still sticking with my target of 111. That's our target region up here, this gray area. We just need something a little bit clearer here. Just a little bit choppy. Nothing decisive here, so there's no displacement that we can work from. So we'll just be waiting to see how price reacts. So we do have this bearish FEG. The price is stuck inside of it at the moment. We haven't been able to get a close beyond that. So if we can get a close beyond that, then we can look to see where price wants to go from there. If we can get a close through and then continue back to the highs. Rightio guys, thank you very much. Thank you for a good week. Thanks for tuning in all week. I really appreciate your support. Please remember to sub to the channel, give the video a like, and please do drop a comment. Have a good day today. If you do decide to trade safe. If you're having an early weekend, have a great weekend. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm off to grab our Christmas tree tomorrow, so we always look forward to that time of year. And we'll be back next week to do it all over again. Okay guys, take care. Bye for now.